Hello everyone, it's Suzanne Sky. I've been having trouble with my camera, but let's see if this works. I'm going to sit down over here. So, it's been a little while, but not as long as usual, and I thought I would try to make a video today, and we'll see how it goes. I had a little episode the other day. I don't know what it was. Felt like I felt drained to start with, just weak and completely drained. I was cooking dinner, and it was nothing strenuous or anything. In fact, it was an easy dinner. I was standing over here at the counter, cutting vegetables and things, but not a lot, not anything strenuous. Anyway, I just felt suddenly completely drained in my chest and stomach area, my whole trunk. I'm trying to balance this on my knee. Anyway, I just felt like it was pulsating, and I just felt bad. So I leaned over on the counter, and it lasted a little while there before I thought, well, I think I'm able to get up and make it to my chair in the living room and just sit down there for a while. And so I did, but it took, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe before it kind of went away. So anyway, that was kind of worrisome, and I went to the doctor yesterday. Actually, it was a nurse practitioner because the doctor was on vacation or something, and couldn't really find anything wrong with me. But then she didn't, there was no way to get some kind of big tests going or anything. But anyway, I hope it doesn't come back, whatever it was. Hope it wasn't anything really bad, but anyway, that's the way it goes, right? So after that, I went to the pharmacy to get my husband's prescription, and he has it like every month. He's got COPD and what else, some other stuff, all breathing related and so forth, and he needs this breathing thing, puffer kind of thing, but bigger. It's like Trilogy, I think, but it's an off-brand. And anyway, it was going to be $688 because now it's January 1st, so the Medicaid has been redone or something. You have to, I don't know what it is. I don't keep up with stuff. I just go take it to whoever, the pharmacy, the doctor, whatever, and, do whatever they recommend. But anyway, so needless to say, I couldn't get that. Usually it's $150 a month, which we manage, but, anyway, $688 is not going to work, so we're going to have to try again as soon as we can. He was going to call Medicare for it and see what the deal is. Hopefully it'll just be fixed, and that's that. So after that, I went to the grocery store. What was it? I've got my receipt here. Forget what it was I specifically went for. Bananas, because they're healthy for me, and broccoli also, raw broccoli, gosh, I can't think what little vitamin thing is in them now. It's ridiculous. I just forget words now. But anyway, those two are full of whatever it is I needed, and I thought, well, in case that's what was wrong with me somehow, I would get it. And I got spinach dip to go with the broccoli, and I didn't feel like cooking supper, and it was so dark and dreary and cold. It's been very cold here, down in the 30s for a few days, and it's going to continue for quite a few more days. But anyway, so I knew I wouldn't want to cook supper, and I got my husband a ham and Swiss croissant, and it was, you know, it had veggies in it and everything. It was a nice big croissant. And then I got myself some crunchy California sushi, which I like really well, and so I got that. Spent more than I needed to, but because I didn't want to cook supper and because I wanted something to dip with the broccoli, it was a little extra. So what was it down here? $22.49 for that, which, you know, I suppose isn't the end of the world, but anyway, that was extra. But sometimes, right, you just have to go extra. So, and I was wanting a adult coloring book that had Bible verses in it, because I've seen one on YouTube. Well, I've seen several of them on YouTube. Life with Misty and My Humble Home. They both have those, and I thought, well, you know, I'm going to give it a try, and I could not find one. I went to Dollar Tree, none. I went to HEB, looked through their books and magazines, no. And so I'm going to keep looking. Surely they've got them somewhere around here. I've seen them before, so it's just remembering where I saw them and them having it in stock still. So what else? Oh, at the grocery store, yeah. There were no eggs whatsoever that was cleaned out. So I hope it's not because they've killed a bunch of chickens now that it's supposedly bird flu. But anyway, no eggs. We've still got like half a dozen eggs, but I just noticed it when I walked by that it was completely empty. And other people had stopped there and were like, oh my gosh, you know, I need eggs and can't get them. And also the bananas I got, I had to kind of search for them because they were over in a corner and there was mostly empty shelf for them. There were very little. And so, but I got some right there. And that'll do me for a while, that many days. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, I ate one already, so 4 more days of bananas, and that should be okay. And what else? There were other things, other shelves that were kind of sparse or had empty sections to them. But I didn't go down those aisles. I just looked at them when I walked by. So I don't know what it was that was missing. But that's not good. And a few days ago, I got a haircut again, as you can tell. It's short now, and I like it. Even though it's windblown from yesterday, and I haven't done anything with it today. But it usually looks better. It's not so flat. I'm getting hoarse already. And I didn't have them cut my bangs because I'm trying to grow them out and hopefully get them back to where I want them. I just want a very thin area of bangs. You could see how thick they were. They were getting thick. Every time I got a haircut, they did the bangs too, and they cut farther and farther back and more, and I don't want a lot of bangs. I just want a very thin layer of them. So we'll start over again in a few months. Well, I don't know how long it's going to take them to grow out. And then, what else was I going to talk about? I made a short list because I know I always forget something. So last night after lunch, I went to bed, or after dinner actually, but it was 6 o'clock and I went to bed and I slept until 1 o'clock this morning, which is not bad at all, just odd hours. And I got up and stayed up till 6, went back to bed but couldn't sleep. So I'll probably go to bed early again tonight, but hopefully not that early. So we'll see how that works out. We've got seed catalogs coming in. I do. So True Seed 2025 calendar or catalog. And then the other one we got was Territorial Seed Company, Spring 2025. So I'm anxious to look through that, both of them. Although I'll probably end up just getting seeds locally and not have to pay for shipping and handling. And I want to grow pumpkins this year, and also sunflowers, lots of sunflowers. Those are just the two things that I'm going to particularly want to plant. I'll probably plant tomatoes too, I always do, and try to keep up with it. It's difficult for me to be out gardening, but I'm gonna give it another try. And here's what I got for Christmas. This I can show you. Okay, this bundle of branches is a Chicago hardy fig. It grows in zone 9 where we are, and I have one native fig growing, probably brown turkey. That's the usual, I think, for around here, brown turkey figs. And I want another one because, for one thing, they continue blooming, or not blooming, continue producing about twice a year. And, you know, we like them. We can eat them raw. We can make preserves out of them. They're just very useful to us, more so than, say, some others. I love peaches, but they don't, well, I forget. I looked up the lifespan of peaches, and it wasn't as long as I would like. We had a peach tree. It was delicious, but it died eventually in a bad freeze or something. And so I thought figs would be the best thing to go with. And so my daughter-in-law and the second son bought it for my Christmas present. And then our youngest son bought me this. It's a Norfolk Island pine. And they're in the house now because it's so cold outside. But this is a really beautiful plant, I think. They get, I don't know how tall they get eventually, but we've had them before that were about maybe 3 feet tall. I suspect they might get taller than that if the weather cooperates and the gardener keeps up with it. So we'll see. And then, well, here's my other plants. These aren't from Christmas, but these are the ones that are in the house now. There's a La Jolla. Oh, I'm not holding it right. There's a La Jolla. And my oldest sister died, and this was one thing I got from her house. And so it's very important to me to keep it healthy, although I see there's some burn here from something. But it's putting on new sprouts. Now there's one. So anyway, I've had it for several years, and I really treasure it because it was my sister's. And then here's, I guess I'm too close, a snake plant, also known as mother-in-law's tongue. I wanted one of those because they're supposed to be very healthy for cleansing your air in the house. And so that's why I got them. It looked a little weird, but it was the last one left. And then I got this, what is it? A croton. Has some pretty colorful leaves. If it gets sunshine, the leaves will turn red and yellow too, so pretty. And see if I can walk over here. Oh, I've got my tripod bag there. This was really something. Let's see if I can get you to the right angle, the right height. This was from my youngest son and his wife, and I just love it. I would have never thought, well, I didn't know you could do this. She just took pictures to Walmart and had them do it. And here's our oldest son and his wife and one of their dogs. Here is our second son and his wife. Here's our third son. He lives in Hawaii now, but he was home for Christmas, and I love all these pictures. And then here's our only daughter and her husband. They live in another state, so we don't get to see them too often either. And then here is my youngest son, our youngest son, and his wife. So this was just amazing. I can't wait to hang it. And I can't wait to get one of the grandkids like that, 6 grandchildren. So let's see. That's probably about all I've got to say today. Let me look at my notes here. Yep,